Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. You know what time it is. Throwback Thursday. You guys voted, and the next palette on our list was the e.l.f. Mad for Matte Jewel Pop palette. If you are new to my channel, what's up? I'm Amber. Make sure you subscribe. On Thursdays, not every Thursday, but Thursdays here and there, I do what I call a Throwback Thursday. Basically, I'm going through old makeup, more so old eyeshadow palettes, and creating looks with them. I have a playlist with just a bunch of ones I've done so far, so please feel free to check that out. I do this just simply because the way the makeup marketing world is, there are so many palettes and launches dropping day after day. I speak heavily about just being financially responsible, and especially just in regards to purchasing makeup, because I feel like so many times we buy things, it's hyped up, we use it, and then we're on to the next thing. So me personally, I am currently in the middle of a no buy. So the entire month of May for me has been a no buy, and it's been good. It's been really good for me, just simply because it shows that I do have the willpower, and I'm also constantly reminding myself that you don't need everything, because we can't use everything. It's just not possible. So that is where Throwback Thursday came from. Today we're going to be creating this little green look here. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's talk about the e.l.f. palette first. So Mad for Matte Jewel Pop is, as you can see, a colorful palette. It's definitely not going to be for the girl who is a more so neutral girl. If you don't like color, you're probably not going to be into this. However, the cool thing about this is it's affordable. So if you are someone that wants to kind of venture out into color, this is a great and affordable way of doing it. Now, when I use this palette, I generally have the same technique approach with it. So as you can see, basically on my lid here, I typically go with this nudie tone shadow. The reason why I like this is because if you want to wear color but you don't want to have too much, I like to lay this down as the majority on the eyelid, and then you can add the pop of color on the perimeter. The one thing I will say though is when you don't want too much color, the best thing for you to do is keep it low. You don't want to go up too high, like let it get up to the brow bone, because then it might be a little bit too much. But I like to just kind of keep it on the outer corner in the crease and not taking it too low. Or if you're still like, I don't know, I'm afraid of color, just put the color on the waterline. Those are kind of my tips and tricks when you want to play with it but you're not too sure. That is what I like to do. So first, I'm just going to go ahead and prime my eye really quick with my primer potion here. And again, like I always say, eyeshadow primer is not going to be necessary for everybody. I have extremely oily lids, so for me, I feel like it is necessary, and I know a huge difference when I wear it versus when I don't. But again, if you are someone who doesn't have oily eyelids, you don't have to use it. Some people do use concealer. I don't use concealer just because I feel like sometimes concealer can be a little bit too heavy on the eyelid. And also sometimes some concealers, if you're not using a matte concealer, if it doesn't dry down all the way, it might still be just a little bit wet, so to speak, and then when you go to put your shadows on, it gets muddy. It can just, you know, not be the best look. Alright, so first I'm just going to take my MAC 247. This is a flat brush. You use whatever brush you want. And thank you guys for all your comments about my production. I asked you in one of my videos, it was in the subculture video, I asked you if you thought everything looked clear and looked good, and you guys said, yeah, everything's good. So I'm not gonna stress about it. It's just a perfectionism in me. If y'all are good, I'm good. So we're gonna take this nudie shade here, and I am just going to start by pressing. I'm not swiping because I want the most ultimate opacity. Today is May 22nd, Thursday, so this video will go up next Thursday. So when this video goes up, I will be at home, probably in the bed, because I get my wisdom teeth out on next Wednesday, the day before. So all of my content for the next 2 weeks will be pre-filmed, just simply because this weekend, Memorial Weekend, I am going out of town. Actually, today is Wednesday the 22nd, my bad. This weekend, Memorial Weekend, I will be going out of town, and then the following week I get my wisdom teeth out, so I'll just be down for a couple of days. Hopefully I'll recover all right, you just never know, but I just wanted to go ahead and pre-film some stuff just in case, so that way I don't leave y'all high and dry. There won't be any lives that Sunday either. Typically I've been going live on Sunday, but like I said, I'm just gonna be down, so we will have a fit vlog. Thank you so much for everyone who is supporting me on my bikini competition journey. I appreciate and love y'all so much. All right, now I'm just going to take a MAC 2, where's my 224? 224, and I'm just going to blend. Now I kind of let the outer corner blend. I didn't let the shadow get too much over there on that side. And the summer launches, like I said, today's Wednesday the 22nd, and Natasha Denona, she finally grabbed my attention. That's freaking Sunrise palette. I'm gonna have to break and just try one. I have to try one just for the sake of trying it. So I'll be trying that. Anastasia Beverly Hills came out with the Alyssa Edwards palette, which looks stunning. But again, I have not touched my Riviera palette, so I'm really kind of going back and forth on, do I really need it? I think it's beautiful. I love the concept of it. But if I ain't gonna use it, there's no point in me grabbing that one. My no buy is almost up, so I'm excited about that. As of this day, May 22nd, I still haven't purchased anything. I'm proud of myself for holding out. Right now we are going in with the green. I was kind of hesitant about using the green because I know we did Subculture last and it had some green tones, but the thing about this palette is no matter what color I use, this is the general scheme, the technique that I use. So I'll have this more so beigey tone on the lid and then just pick whatever color I want to go on the perimeter. So you can use this technique and just switch the colors around. This is typically how I do it. Today I was just in the mood for some green, so here we are. I'm taking my MAC 217 and I am just going to start by pushing this onto the outer first, packing it on. Now the formula of these shadows, they are very buildable. You're gonna have a little bit of kick up, which I don't know, I think that's just common for eyeshadows these days. The pigmentation, as you can see, is there. I mean, if you are working at packing on a shadow, you are going to get that full on intensity. But then of course, once you start blending it down and blending it out, that's again all shadows. You might have to go back and build up in some areas. On areas where I want more opacity, like more pigment, I tend to pack them on like I just did, and then when I want something to maybe be not as powerful with the punch, I'll just start blending it. So packing it on the outer corner here, but then once I start taking it into the crease, I don't want it to be too pigmented, so this is where we're going to start really blending on the crease. And I didn't add anything else on the brush either. I'm just using whatever was left on there. All right, now going back with the flat brush to blend these two together, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop a little bit more on here, and then taking the 224 and just start swirling a little bit, so just that way we don't have too much of a harsh line going on. And then like I said earlier, just keep it low. Once you start going up higher and higher on the eye, that's when you might start running into some things. So just keep it low. I feel like, I mean, for me in my eye shape, I can never go wrong when I just follow the natural shape of my eye. All right, next up, we're gonna take a little tapered M213 to smudge your brush, actually not tapered, my bad. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just line my waterline with this. I love greens, purples, teals, blues on brown eyes. I love brown eyes because you can literally put whatever color you want and it's gonna look good. Brown eyes are neutral, so I hear a lot, especially when I'm doing someone's makeup, if they have brown eyes, I'll say, oh, I hate my brown eyes, I wish they were blue, I wish they were green. And I'm like, Brown eyes got it easy, no matter what color you put on and no matter what your skin tone is. If you're fair skin with brown eyes, if you're deep skin with brown eyes, no matter what brown eyes, you can put on whatever shadow you want and it's gonna look good. Your undertone of your skin's really not gonna matter too much. All right, then I'm just gonna take a little bit of this shade right here on the outer corner here and just to brighten up my inner tear just a little bit. Awesome. And then last but not least, I'm just going to throw on some liner and then we're done with it. All right, y'all, so here is the finished look. For lips, I opted to go with the nude. Anytime I use this palette, because it is such a colorful palette, I feel like nude is the best way to go. That's just my opinion. So I went with the Matte Powder Kisses in the shade Impulsive. I hope you guys enjoyed today's look. Our next Throwback Thursday will be on the Huda Beauty New Nude because that was next on our list. Let me know down below if you have this palette, if you're gonna purchase it. Are you into color? I'm so curious to know because I feel like for the most of us, you know, we're kind of basic everyday girls, but for me, I like my pop of color. I know for my career, what I do for a living, I'm a hair colorist and makeup artist, so I can have fun. I can wear looks like this to work. I know some people cannot, so down below, I just want to know, do you wear color to work or do you even like color, right? So you guys know the deal. Keep it simple and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.